The Northrop P-61 Black Widow was a night fighter operated by the United States from 1944 until 1954. The US had used other planes like the P-38M Night Lightning and the A-20 Havoc as night fighters, but those were adaptations of other aircraft, and the P-61 was the first plane in the world to be purpose-built for operating at night. The Black Widow was one of the most heavily armed fighters of World War II, featuring 4 20mm cannons fixed in the lower fuselage and 4 additional 50 caliber machine guns in its top turret. It could also carry 4 1,600-pound bombs or 6 rockets under its wings for ground attack missions. Like the P-38 Lightning, the Black Widow featured a twin-boom design, but its 66-foot wingspan dwarfed the P-38's 52 feet. The P-61 was powered by 2 Pratt & Whitney double Wasp engines that provided a total of 4,500 horsepower. It had a top speed of 366 miles per hour, and its range of 1,350 miles rivaled a P-51 Mustang fitted with drop tanks. It was operated by a crew of 3. The pilot in front, a gunner behind him, and a radio operator in a separate compartment at the rear. The top turret was controlled remotely and could be locked forward to be used by the pilot, unlocked to be used by the gunner, or even rotated backwards for the radar operator to engage rear targets. The P-61 was designed by Northrop in response to a request from the British for a fighter capable of engaging bombers at night. At the time, they were dealing with the aerial bombardment of London known as the Blitz, and they requested a fighter that could operate at high altitudes and loiter above the city for at least 8 hours at a time. The recent British invention of the cavity magnetron allowed radar units to be miniaturized enough to fit inside an aircraft, and the Black Widow is fitted with the SCR 720 radar model. It had a range of nearly 5 miles, allowing the fighter to identify and engage targets in the darkness of night. Over 700 P-61s were produced, but by the time it entered service in 1944, the British had adapted their own night fighters, and the US formed its own squadrons with them. The P-61 saw service in both the European and Pacific theaters and performed decently. Some consider them too slow to effectively intercept enemy aircraft, but they did achieve over 120 kills before the war ended, including, unofficially, the last credited air victory of the war. Virtually no Black Widows were shot down by enemy aircraft, and their losses came primarily from accidents or anti-aircraft fire. They saw limited service after the war ended, but notably were used to enter and study thunderstorms. And much of what we know today about such storms came from those studies in 1946 and 47. And that is the P-61 Black Widow in a nutshell.